Hey there, I'm Rin Olson. This is The Dog Show. This week on The Dog Show,
I'm Michelle Agresti for The Dog Show, and I'm at Bark Shelters in Williamsburg, Brooklyn right now, and I'm with Jim, who works in the dog kennel, and here is Leroy. Jim, could you tell us anything about Leroy?
He's about 13 years old now. He has a lot of fans here at Bark, people who come regularly on Saturday. About 2 people come regularly on Saturday to have fun with him, walk him and play. He loves treats too.
Do you know anything about Leroy's history?
Leroy's been here at Bark, I believe, for at least a year and a half now, maybe 2 years. I think he was adopted once, but the dog didn't get along with Leroy, or he didn't get along with the dog, and he wound up coming back here.
So how is Leroy with other dogs?
He's fine with the dogs here. I mean, he walks with a shepherd that we have here, who is bigger than him, and they're fine. So I think he's pretty good.
Do you know how he is with cats?
Cats? No, I don't actually. But we have cats upstairs that we could always test out.
And has Leroy ever been around children?
Children? Yes.
And he likes them?
Well, he doesn't mind them if that's good. Nah, he's never had any incidents with kids.
Okay, great. And is he trained at all?
He's housebroken. He could be. He needs a little bit more training, but after a while, being in a shelter in a kennel, after a while, you lose it a little. But he's easily, be able to train for a house.
Okay, great. So can you tell us more about Leroy's personality?
Leroy, he loves to play. He loves toys. The only thing he doesn't like is people on bikes, skateboards, anything with wheels, 2 or more wheels, and joggers as well. So, but other than that, he's fine.
When you say he doesn't like things on wheels, things or people on wheels,
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He'll go after the skateboard, not the person, but the actual item that the person is on.
Okay, great. Does Leroy have any special needs?
No.
Okay. Do you want to say anything else about him?
I mean, really, for his age, you'd think, he's got some energy still in him. He's still be able to play. Someone who has an active lifestyle, he's definitely be able to go running with. I mean, yeah, he's even for his age, he still has a lot to, for his owners to have fun with him.
And what is his age?
He's about 13.
And how much exercise does he need?
I mean, he'd be willing to, it'd be good to at least go out 2-3 times a day, at half hour a piece, at least one of them, possibly more. But if you have someone has an active lifestyle, they can take him with them, jogging or whatnot. So he's definitely willing to have fun, and he'll let you know if he has too much,
I understand that Bark Animal Shelter doesn't foster animals, but a lot of other organizations do. Why is that your policy?
Well, here at Bark, we're mainly concerned about, having animals adopted, taking care of them and making sure they have, forever homes, and just, that's our main concern at this moment.
So you don't want to send them to temporary homes?
Yes.
And are all your animals housed on the premises?
Yes, they are. They're here in Williamsburg. In one, we have cats and dogs in the same premises.
Okay, great. And what are your policies on adopting animals?
Well, policies is it's a $150 donation. The donation covers any medical cost if they need to be spayed or neutered, which is a policy of ours in most shelters in the city. All animals have to be neutered. Also, it covers any medical bills and they have any illnesses or which we'll let you know. It also, we need 2 references from friends, family, as well as 2 forms of ID. And you need proof from your landlord that you can own an animal.
Okay, and if a person was interested in volunteering for Bark, how would they do that?
For volunteering, we're welcome to just walk-ins during designated times, like for dog walking. In the morning, it's 9 to 12 on Tuesday through Saturday. We have evening hours as well, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 5:30 to 7. And the cat loft, the volunteering hours are 12 to 4, Tuesday through Saturday.
If you're interested in adopting Leroy or volunteering for Bark, you can visit the Bark Shelter website. This has been Michelle Agresti for The Dog Show.
Joe Young here with The Dog Show, and I'm here with the infamous Cat Greenleaf. Hey.
How are you?
And she's going to tell us all about a dog that needs rescued and adopted. Here we go.
Okay, so this is Nugget. He's obviously good-looking, charming, handsome. He was on Match.com. No, I'm just kidding. So what happened was, it's actually much sadder. He was tied to a tree in the Bronx. Animal Care and Control picked him up, and they brought him to Zany's furry friends, who took care of him, cleaned him up, and adopted him out to a loving home, which is really incredible because this guy was headed toward the other side, shall we say, with Animal Care and Control, and obviously
She's choking.
Dog it up. That was it. Just a
Yay!
hairball. It happens. See?
Get it out. Just get it out.
That's right. Now he's very expressive. He knows how to get his own hairballs out, and he's going to a lovely home, and we couldn't be happier. And our 3 dogs are rescues. I can't say enough about how much it adds to your family.
I saw your 3 dogs. They were big and amazing and cute.
There they are. They do take over the bed now, which is weird. So my husband and I sleep on the floor, but it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good with that.
I love how you're just always hanging out on stoops.
Hey, have stoop will travel. That's the thing. You really can't get more comfortable than just kicking back on a stoop, right? We don't want to be in a studio with lights and people and huge budgets. We want to be out on a stoop.
You heard it from Cat Greenleaf herself. Have stoop, will travel. I'm Joe Young for The Dog Show.
Thanks, Joe. Kieran, congratulations. Here's your dog.
All right.
I'm Michelle Agresti for The Dog Show, and I'm at the Bark Animal Shelter in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and I'm here with Jim, who works in the dog kennel, and this is Zeus. Jim, can you tell us anything about Zeus? He wants to talk. What do you have to say?
Zeus is about 9, probably 10 years old. He's a really great dog. He's a little bit energy-wise. He's a little on the upper scale in terms of. But the thing is, with dogs in shelters, when they're back there, they're a little different in their cage than they are back out here. So it's hard to tell. He does get a little restless in his cage. Loves to pace. But he has made some very close connections with some volunteers who really love him, that come regularly for him. So he's got some fans. He's a really popular dog. He gets along fairly well with larger dogs, better than small dogs. He really couldn't be bothered with either, but he gets along better with larger dogs.
Has he been trained?
Trained? Not that I know of, no. I mean, he's not really a bad dog in terms of jumping on people, but not to my knowledge.
Do you know anything about his history before he came to Bark?
I'm not really too sure, actually. I believe he was adopted once and returned, but I'm not sure.
How is he with cats?
Cats. He's never lived in a home with cats, to my knowledge. But we're open to testing our dogs with cats. You know, we have cats upstairs in the cat loft, and if the person who has a cat and wants to adopt him is really interested, and we think it's worth it, we'll have him interact with a cat. You know, we'll test him with a cat we think is fairly calm and would do good with dogs. But yeah, it's something that we're always open to trying out, even if we don't know, because a lot of times dogs come in and we really don't know too much about them, whether they're strays or not. We always can test them out with whatever the situation may be.
Do you know how he is with children?
Children, he's fine with kids. He just doesn't. I think he's great with kids, but sometimes he gets spooked real easily. So as long as you don't touch him on his butt, he's fine.
So his pet peeve is being touched on his butt?
Yeah. Unless he knows you're doing it, don't surprise him. You know, he doesn't like surprises being touched on his butt. But other than that, he's fine with kids. Yeah.
How much exercise does he need?
He could probably use a good amount. Thing is, I think also when he's back there in his cage, compared to if he was in a house, it's a lot smaller, so he's a little stressed out. So he's constantly pacing. But even then, he could use a good amount of walks during the day, especially for his size.
Does he have any special needs?
No, Zeus is fine medically. He's no meds, no nothing.
Okay, great. Do you want to say anything else about him?
I mean, he loves chew toys, really. Sometimes he'll destroy them in a matter of minutes if he's really excited. Loves treats, especially beef jerky. The dog treats, not human treats, beef jerky. Yeah, he's a great dog.
Okay, great. Thanks for introducing us to Zeus. Can you say anything about Bark Animal Shelter?
Bark Animal Shelter, it's owned by, there's two guys who originally worked at the Humane Society. They started it in 1987. They moved to Brooklyn and started their own shelter. It's a nonprofit, no-kill shelter. They rely mostly on donations. Yeah, I mean, It used to be a lot bigger, I've been told, so it's downsized and it's actually better, I've been told, like that. It's a newly renovated warehouse. We have a cat loft upstairs as well. We don't have just dogs, cats, even a chicken. Yeah, I mean, it's great to volunteer here. We're always open to volunteers.
If someone wanted to volunteer at Bark, what would they do?
You just walk in, really. It's the quickest way to get things done. Just fill out a quick form, and then you could start volunteering, as long as it's during volunteering hours.
Okay, great. When are those volunteering hours?
For the cats, it's Tuesday to Saturday, 12 to 4. And dogs is Tuesday to Saturday, 9 to 12. As well as Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 5:30 to 7 in the evening.
Okay, great. And if someone wanted to adopt a dog or a cat, or even the chicken?
No, not chicken.
Not the chicken. If someone wanted to adopt an animal, what's your process for adoption?
The process is you come in from Tuesday to Saturday. We're open 12 to 4 adoption hours. It's a $150 donation. We also we need 2 references. You need 2 forms of ID, and you need proof from your landlord that you can own an animal, dog or cat.
Okay, great. Thanks so much for talking to us. This was Michelle Agresti for The Dog Show. this is Michelle Agresti for The Dog Show, and I'm at Bark Animal Shelter in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, with Jim, who works in the dog kennel, and this is Diamond. Jim, can you tell us a bit about Diamond?
Diamond, she's our senior citizen here at the dog kennel. She's about 14 years old, very low key. She's notorious for dictating how you walk. She lets you know where you're going or if she wants to stop and just enjoy the scenery. She's also she's older now, so she doesn't get intimidated by dogs. She kind of let the dogs know that, I'm here, this is my space, type of thing. She's a mutt, I believe. So yeah.
What do you know about her history?
Her history. I do know she's been with us for a little bit now, for at least a year or so. When she first came in, I was told she wasn't very good with dogs at all, and she's gotten a lot better over the years. So, yeah.
So she's not great with other dogs?
Well, she lets you know when she doesn't want to be bothered. She'll kind of stare them down and lower. But she won't go out seeking problems, really.
How is she with cats?
Cats, it's a good question. To my knowledge, she's never interacted with cats before. But we can always see how she is with cats by having her interact with one of our cats here.
Okay, great. And do you know anything about how she is with children?
Kids? I think I haven't heard any complaints, but it's definitely something we can look into, yeah.
Okay, great. And has she been trained at all?
Trained? No. But she seems like she has, because she's really, or else it's maybe her age, but she's very obedient. Doesn't cause a lot of problems. She's fine with just laying around, just kind of getting comfortable. She doesn't have to be up and about and just finding things to do.
Is she housebroken?
Yes.
Okay, great. And how much exercise does Diamond need?
With Diamond, it's basically as much as she's willing. She can go out several times a day, but she doesn't always want to go very long. She lets you know when she's had enough. She'll say, she'll literally stop and just want to go back. She'll turn around and say, "Let's go back home," type of thing. Or but she's great for going walks. Sometimes you have to coax her, give her a little pull or some treats. But yeah, she doesn't need a lot of exercise. Yeah.
And does she have any special needs?
No, she doesn't at all.
Oh, she's a very healthy old dog.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us anything else about Diamond?
Diamond,
What's her ideal home?
Ideal home? I think at this point, as long as there's no special requirements, as long as the person is willing to spend some time with her, give her a good life. She's a bit older now, so she basically just needs a good home. She's 14 years old, so it's getting a little harder for her to be adopted. People are reluctant to adopt older dogs, but she really, I think, as long as the person takes care of her, she's fine with anything, really.
Well, Jim, thank you for talking to us, and it was nice to meet Diamond. This has been Michelle Agresti for The Dog Show. If you're interested in adopting or volunteering, you can go to the Bark Shelter website.
that's our show for this week. You've been watching The Dog Show. I'm Rain Olson.